Hi, and welcome to my channel. I have felt drawn to make a video for a long time, and I just never got to doing it. I had talked about it for a while, and I don't really have anything planned for this. I feel like I just need to put it out there. So I'll introduce myself. My name is John Niederost. I am 23 years old. I'm going to turn 24 in December. I have a wonderful, beautiful wife and a gorgeous little girl who is 10 months now. I've been really blessed. And I've been struggling. You know, I watch a lot of Christian videos on YouTube, inspired by some, convicted by others, and sometimes even demoralized. Because I struggle with being still and knowing He is God. Struggle with being anxious, even though He says, be anxious for nothing. And I want to reach out to share my thoughts. And hopefully, if anyone sees this, you'll reach out and share yours too. I work as a DSP, a direct support professional. I work with the mentally and physically disabled. Unfortunately, because of my work schedule that I've been given currently, I have been unable to go to church. And besides my wife, my kid, and my parents, who I barely see, unfortunately, I have almost no connections, and I can feel really lonely at times. I really wrestle with God and my faith. I struggle with addictions of videos of a very specific kind. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. And I want to encourage you today. See, I've been terrified putting myself out there, of starting something new, of sharing my story. And the times that I had, I feel like I've been very foolish, spoken out of turn, and conformed too often to appease others, to make them like me. And I've been terrified of being a tree that produces no fruit. That there would be nothing good that I have given, that when I reach Judgment Day, there'd be no reason for God to smile at me. And I desperately want it. I desperately want Jesus to be proud of me. And yet I struggle. And I know a lot of you do. You know, He says that He knows every hair on our head. That there's no bird that falls from a tree that He doesn't know. That bird doesn't have to worry about shelter, about food. The Lord provides it for them. So how much greater are we? He wants us to ask for things. He wants us to grow and to flourish with Him. he says that what father, when asked by his child for a fish, would give him a snake? For if you know how to give good gifts, then how much does your Father in heaven give good gifts to his children who ask? He says, those who ask, it will be given to them in faith. I feel alienated by my peers because there's not a lot of us that are in the position I'm in, where you're married and you have a kid by this age. I know there are a lot of you that really want that. But I also realize to whom much is given, much is expected of them, too. But I also notice, and I notice this in my own life, that despite telling ourselves not to lean on our own understanding, we end up doing that anyway. That we try and forge our own path to salvation instead of trusting in Him. We tell ourselves that we trust in Him, but do we really? We see the light at the end of the tunnel, but we question if we'll ever make it. That's not healthy. It's not living by faith. We should know it's there. We should know that we're going to make it because Jesus died on a cross for us. He took those burdens from us. We're going to struggle. We're going to do stupid stuff. But as long as you don't become complacent, as long as you don't let yourself fall all the way, then you'll pick yourself up. We will make it. And you may be like me and wonder if you're going to produce any fruit. You don't want to be like the tree Jesus cursed and it withered. You don't want to be the chaff amongst the grain. And I know a lot of us, we do things in order to be accepted by people. That is not what we're called to do. And I'm still struggling with that. I'm not going to hide it. I don't think I'm wise. I haven't been given a great revelation. I've been saved. I used to be very entangled in the occult. I had left the faith and I had gotten caught in some very dark things. And through a dream, as well as a man sent to me, I was saved. I had a man look me right in the eye and tell me I was prideful, that it wasn't on the outside, it was on the inside, that I was prideful in how humble I appeared. And he was right when it struck home, and he told me by the next day that I would know the truth. And I had a dream where I was on this great stage. There was a spotlight on me. And in the crowd, there were countless amounts of people as far as the eye could see, and I knew further in the darkness, compact like sardines, and none of them knew that there was another living being beside them. They were all terrified. I was terrified. There was a voice to the left of me, a being whose voice was almost seductive but terrifying at the same time. couldn't tell if it was male or female. And not even by its figure, it seemed distorted, blurred almost. All I knew was it was attractive, but terrifying. And it told me that I ought to keep you here till the day you die. That you're mine. That I can't leave. I remember this going on for hours, is what it felt like. And I woke up with one name in my mind: Jesus. And I went back. I quit all the things I was doing, because I did a lot. And I went through a lot of crap after that. I'm still going through it. I have good days and bad days. But I'm not going to let myself lose sight of hope, the salvation we were promised. I'm not going to let myself go to being dual-minded. And I know I'm not the most articulate person, but I hope that if there is someone watching this, they understand that you are loved. You are flawed. You're going to screw up over and over and over again. You're going to have days where you think you're never going to be saved, that you're never going to break free. But you will. Like a child who scraped their knee, you just gotta run to your father. He'll brush it off and tell you you're fine, to keep going. Just hold his hand. You're gonna rip your hand away so often. You're gonna go off and do your own stupid thing. You're gonna fall. But as long as you run back, as long as you grab his hand again, you're gonna be okay. I know I'm gonna be okay. If you want to talk, reach out to me. If you want to make a comment, leave one. God is your salvation. We are saved by faith, not works. There are so many videos that I see nowadays. Some that encourage, some that discourage, some that convict. And it's hard to tell which ones are real, which ones are false. I know I struggle with that. But if you're not right with him, you need to get right now. Because the time is fast approaching. We don't have much longer. You can laugh at me if you want. But you only have so long to get right with the Lord. Your friends and family, they only have so long before they can get right with the Lord. Before sudden destruction comes upon us like birth pains on a pregnant woman. It's here. And I beg you, please listen. I may make more of these videos. I may not. Depends if that's what God wants of me. And I pray that He's leading you in a direction, even if it's terrifying, that you listen. He loves you. I may not know you, but I love you too. I will be praying for you. Because I don't want anyone to end up on the wrong side of eternity. Life is short, especially in comparison to eternity. Which side are you going to choose? Because we all have a choice. That's one thing that we are 100% promised, is that we always have the ability to choose, no matter where you are in this life. So, if I see you again, see you then. But for now, goodbye and good night.